What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Billy Collins.
Matt Doje.
And this is Magician.
And the Jock.
And back in studio again.
Yeah, man, the main man.
Bist du lekker vloeken? Ik kan niet drie mij! Bist du lekker vloeken? Ik kan mij met de ballen! Ik kan mij met de ballen!
The man.
Let's go. He's got one goal. Reclaim that top spot.
Man, he got fired up.
He's mad, dude.
I guess you watched the chase video, and you saw that.
Both of them. No, I was like, no.
I would like to see that. That would be a good fight, Chase against.
He actually said, "I don't see what's so special about Chase." That's exactly what he said. Like, He's not unique.
He didn't motivate me.
It's not true.
No, Chase is remarkable.
Oh, he's a great guy.
He's awesome.
Dude.
But you are great as well, and you are the right now, as we speak, second highest.
You're first loser.
First loser. That's good.
We have Mr. Peyton Kelly back in
Yes, sir.
studio today.
How you been doing, man?
Good. It's just been living.
It's living, man. Summertime.
Just living.
Life.
Cat's been partying too.
Yeah,
I've seen him out.
I saw you. I'm like, Peyton. He's like,
He did.
bro, hit that reverse.
No, I didn't see a place for me. It's just, I go, jungle.
Man, what?
It's a jungle.
Yeah. But yeah, how's your summer been?
So far, so good.
Yeah, it's here.
So far, so good.
I spend all winter, spring, just like God. I can't wait for it to be summer. And now
Now it's hot as hell.
I'm like sweating when I take a shower. So
I'm like,
it's brutal.
but that's what you get when you live where we live on the Crystal Coast.
Dang right, man.
Nice.
So we were talking before the show. In the first show, your dad was here.
We are unfiltered now, so we're going to ask the important questions.
Yeah.
The questions that everyone's been wanting to get the answers to. One,
Well, so
have you turned that chair into a boat yet?
Yeah.
That's what we all want to know. How do you get the shack? Do you just...
Yeah, seriously.
Not yet.
So as you guys can tell, Peyton has what we would call a drinking problem because he's drinking out of a Christmas tree glass. We'll have to do a little zoom in on the hoodie. I made a little hoodie for him, and I had to text Billy because that was Billy's hoodie. But I'm just ironing away, and then I hear him come right up. I'm like, dude, man, thank God you weren't like a robber. I didn't even hear his ass come up.
How in the world did you get a
Jeez, man.
stealth mode?
The door was open, so I just came in.
He made himself home.
Yeah, he did. So today I was thinking, when someone sees you, or if I see anyone that's different, right? This world is built for the average, right? We talk about that going clothes shopping. It's not made, if you're muscular or if you're really tall or really short, you got to go to a specialty place. For you, the world's not made for you specifically. It's come a long way.
Except really good parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best benefit of any of them. Oh. Yeah, but let's just stay on the clothes path. The sizes are tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But once you figure that out, you're good. But like you said, everything's for the average.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, the one thing is doors. I fucking hate doors. they do nothing but piss me off.
Especially in this office, because this office is one long hallway. So you got to be pretty precise.
In my office at Jack's, we have the garage door, so that's wide open.
Yeah.
But I think today it would be interesting to just ask, being two normal guys, right? As normal as we can be. There are, call them cultural aspirations. They could be hardwired aspirations to get married, to have children, to play sports, things like that we just never gave a second thought to.
Right.
For you, why don't we start on the most important question, love. So do you, in your head, is that a goal or an ambition or I know you're still young.
Well, absolutely, that's a goal of mine. But I'm not.
You're stressing about it.
Yeah. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Have you dated anyone before?
Nah. Seriously. Not like.
Amen, brother.
No.
Amen.
No.
Course,
like. For years, months or something.
What is
It was just.
what Mitch Hedberg say? Like, I don't have a girlfriend. I just know a girl who'd be mad if she heard me say that. So that's how Peyton is.
That's pretty much how it was. But never really been a chance to see where that goes.
So there's obviously some physical difficulties, right?
Yes.
So I'm not talking about the physical act. We'll get into that. But have girls, because I commented on the last show, like if I look like Peyton, I would have 100 children.
I know, yeah. I mean,
This guy, he is Clark Kent. Is that
very Clark Kent?
it's very Ivar the boneless. Is that a stumbling block for girls? I would assume it would have to be a little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. And for the few that I've talked to, they were able to open their mouth and say, you know what, let's just talk.
Right.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
And you can see it from the girls' perspectives too. Like,
Yeah, you understand, but also
you're not bitter.
No.
Also, it would be nice for them to like at least free themselves from the chains of
It was
what they would consider a disability.
like there's two just open them up. I don't like that. Going back to that. But if you just open your mouth.
Well, it's true though, because you're extremely good looking. You have a great brain. I mean, you're smart as shit.
Yeah.
So you know everything about everything, and you're what, 23?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Do you find it's easier to connect with them mentally than it is, say, physically? Because your mind is perfectly sharp.
Look, every connection at first is physically.
Right.
It's just the way it is. But once we both get past that point, that's when it becomes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is, it's not just a, hey, what's up? What you doing? It goes deep.
Yeah.
But
Peyton going deep, I don't believe that, man. I think we both were in tears last time.
Yeah, we actually had to take a break. Like we literally, I looked at it, I said, let's take a break.
I was like, Billy, your mascara is running. You gotta go clean that off. He's like, so is yours. I'm like, oh.
I was cradling Matt in the hallway.
it's a, but see, and it goes at times.
Yeah. Well,
There's-
the positive thing about you is that I think you adjust and then you kind of prove people wrong on so many levels when it comes to what you can do. And I mean, just what you can do with your feet is incredible. And any girl would be lucky to have those feet in the world. But I do have a question. What's your, do you have a pickup line?
No, I don't.
Come on,
I don't.
man.
I let the feet do the talking. I mean,
So these feet were made for talking.
because I just get on my phone and everybody's like, what the fuck have you doing? and then it's a conversation started.
Right.
And then
Peyton, I dare you, the next hot chick that you see, you should go up to her and say, just ask her, say, hey, do you think your dad's going to cry at our wedding?
Oh, that's good.
Just see
That's
what they
good.
okay.
Oh, he just made a mental note.
He just typed it in his phone.
Put that in the spank bank.
Okay.
So you haven't dated seriously, which, look, you're 23. We tell guys all the time, look, my recommendation to dudes now would be to spend your 20s. I mean, you're still trying to figure out what you're going to do in this life. And then at some point, because your value is only going to grow.
So, usually I would agree. However, there are times where I'm just like, I'm ready for that.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna jump in head first and not enjoy what's happening now.
We call it spinning plates. So
Yeah.
spend your 20s spinning plates, and that's how you can vet women too. Is, I mean, if you've only met one woman, that's what happens to a lot of guys. They get some attention and they're all in.
I'm ready. Oh yeah, that's that's my weak point. If anybody shows any amount of interest, I'm like, oh, okay. Now, I've backed off of that a lot these past probably 3 years.
Well, since the show, I can't imagine how many women have
Just thrown themselves.
just are like,
We have a pretty big following.
Sure.
they're just not on YouTube. They're not on YouTube. Okay, so Rob, so you have aspirations wanting to get married.
Oh, yeah.
There's times you mentioned the companionship aspect of it, which is huge, which I may never like to admit, but it's a big part.
Yeah. As Matt tells me, get a dog.
Yeah. And so you got a cat.
It's,
Yeah.
see, what I believe the secret is that they need to be your best friend, as well as whatever else happens, whether it's wife, girlfriend, whatever. They need to be your best friend.
I get what you're saying, because it's romantic 5% of the time. The rest of the time, you have to cohabitate.
And like that's why if it's just romantic and it's not a friendship, then that's kind of where you're like, okay, what am I doing?
Yeah. Well, Allison, man, she can't keep her hands off me. So
Yeah.
that's not what I'm going to tell her. Look, that's not what friends do.
So, do you believe in the opposites attract, or you want someone that is like you?
Both have their benefits. You know, it's always good to have similarities between each person, but there's also the need for your differences. 'Cause
You get bored after a while.
you can't put two of the same people together.
Yeah,
It's not gonna work.
that's true. What are your career aspirations? I know you talked about maybe potentially wanting to go into politics or at some point, but in the short term,
I have a few ideas that I'm working on now. But I'm gonna say this. Instead of complaining about what's happening, I'm gonna stop. Try to fix it as well as complain.
Stop pointing fingers. Does it be a fixer, not a finger pointer?
Yeah. It's, we gotta bring common sense back into everything we do, because it's disappeared.
So it's a crazy world out there. We love to complicate our lives and then justify those complications.
Yeah.
So, do you have any interest professionally, whether it's engineering or?
I like to do anything and everything. You know, it's like at some point, way down the line, I want property, I want
Yeah.
I want to build this vision that I have. But right now is not the time for that. So that's probably 15, 20 years down.
Yeah.
I could easily see you writing a book.
That's part of it.
I mean, you write a book on anything from.
We call it best foot forward. Come on now.
Come on, that was good. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Or you could say born feet first, but I don't think that's a good thing to be born. Everyone tells me I'm born feet first. I'm like, thank you. And they're like, that's not a compliment.
Oh, damn it.
But yeah, I could see that. There's this blogger I know. I don't know him, but I've read a bunch of his stuff, and I believe he has a similar. He might have cerebral palsy, but he writes everything, because when you text and message back and forth with Peyton, he's faster than I am.
Yeah, no clue that he's doing it with his feet.
Yeah. So it just goes to show, hey, it's your mind is fresh. You've got ideas. I know it's. If any frustration I could see you having would be just like getting it out, because it's sitting right here.
Yeah, and that's really what I'm working on.
Right.
I'm working on physically being able to
Deliver the message.
deliver the words.
Yeah.
And that's really what I've been doing
Right.
over these years that I've been doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's once we get past that point, I can say, okay, let's get ready, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's effing go.
LFG, baby.
Yeah, left G life.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So, kind of moving a little different spaces. I know last time we talked to you, you fascinated us with the fact that you were shooting guns and stuff. What is there an activity that you like to do more than anything? What would be your number one activity that you do?
So, I play a lot of video games, but I watch way too much YouTube.
I think we all do.
Amen, brother.
I'm just constantly consuming
What's your number one show on YouTube?
images and
Oh, look, dude, he is ready for politics right
Politics right now.
now. He is ready.
got you.
We're messaging back and forth on Instagram, which, guys, I just got it. And
Doja.
I have been active.
Very active.
Just like annoyingly, I've got like 10 years of 7-second videos on my phone that I'm just dripping out. But you mentioned you were watching some thought-provoking videos on YouTube recently.
It's so real. No, that's brand. It's right.
Yep.
He's got a fantastic YouTube channel where he just gives you the facts and tells you his very different perspective on things. And that's just one of many things I was watching. I was brushing upon my history. I was. There's so much information. It's ridiculous.
It's constant. I remember YouTube came out when I was started getting popular right around my freshman year in college, because it used to be eBaum's World and collegehumor.com.
College humor.
And then YouTube came out, and it was more for like home videos. Just
it was like, hey, grandma, look at this video.
Yeah, now it's gotten to where like YouTube University, you can dive into.
Dude,
You can learn anything.
Yeah.
I started watching YouTube 14 years ago. And I haven't stopped since.
Yeah.
And the progression of the platform, the creators, and the business of it has shocked me. The way it has evolved.
It's amazing
It's
how many like talented creators there are out there. Like million subscriber videos, a guy narrating a video from his home, and it's just as entertaining as anything I've ever watched on TV.
Right.
There's people with 27 million subscribers.
Yeah, we looked it up yesterday. PewDiePie's got 111 million subscribers.
Yes.
You know, it's just insane.
You say you play video games, so I know you've seen some PewDiePie.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
I don't get it, but
It's a little much.
Here in Eastern North Carolina, we have the fourth largest YouTuber, Mr. Beast,
yeah, that's still shocking. He's in Greenville, North Carolina.
which is an hour away from here.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you the variety of content.
Yeah. And then you have Small Town Big Sounds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Tearing it up.
I'd be curious, do you have any questions for us? Because you're a very deep thinker, so I know you've...
So, since we last did this, I was watching everything from the comedy stuff to the fully vetted show. So, watch that.
Great show, by the way.
Yeah. What's that been like for you guys to be the producers, I guess?
To be able to actually concentrate on the camera stuff, on the audio side of things, and then also me and Matt having the opportunity to kind of like flex that directorial muscle with when it comes to Jordan, like teaching him the ropes. I mean, we're still learning, but we're really good at interviewing, and then teaching that to someone else is a little different than actually doing it yourself. Because you kind of have to look at yourself and go, okay, well, what do I do? And so that's pretty good. That's a pretty good indication of how far we've come as a duo with the show, growing the channel. Is that now we're getting to the point where we can produce other shows, and we have other shows that we want to do or I want to do as well. And it's the process of growing. So I don't know, Matt. You?
Yeah, dude, I'm like crazy passionate about passionate people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get after every show we do, I'm like, damn, that person needs their own show. And it's not even so much like if they just did it, look how much money they could make or the whatever. Yeah. It's the creative outlet that I love. We say something all the time: stop competing, start creating. And Jordan just happens to be the one guy who they've all been psyched about it, but he really kind of fell like he was gotten addicted to it. He's got the bug hard. I mean, he's texting me every day. Hey, what are we going to film? What are we going to film?
Yeah, he's followed through.
2 minds are good. 3 minds are even better. Yeah. And he's such a wealth of knowledge in something that it's been in my purview, but I haven't sat and thought about it that much. So that's been a lot of fun. Turn the camera on and it does take a lot of your like own creative pressure off. And just seeing him like take some ownership in it has been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like Barstool Sports, where they've got like that umbrella brand and just show after show after show, like unique different players on the team. So that's what I envision.
Actually, that's why we changed the name of the channel from Magician and the Jock to Small Town Big Sounds, just because we are that umbrella. And, you know, we have our show, then we have the Fully Vetted, and we're going to add more shows, as Matt was saying, to go under that umbrella.
That's been fun.
Yeah.
And that was something like early on, 'cause, you know, eventually you run out of stuff to talk about. We have the most success with guests, but then even that can kind of be fickle sometimes, like scheduling or...
My favorite podcasts are just the ones with the host of whatever the show is. They can sit back and they can just
rant.
shoot the shit.
Yeah.